Can you tell me your name?
I don't answer questions. For
The answer to the third question is going to require me to put these handcuffs on you.
what am I
I have
being
answered two of
detained
yours. That
for?
one is the third one. You,
I don't have to talk to you.
Yes, you do.
What am I being detained for?
But you tell me why you're not answering my question. If you choose not to answer me, that's fair. That's obstruction.
Welcome back to the channel. We have another video from Georgia from the channel Timothy Moore. It involves Officer D.D. Johnson from the Dougherty County Police Department, who stopped Mr. Moore to verify if he was a person of interest to issue a criminal trespass from a Family Dollar store. Mr. Moore is a survivor from a brain aneurysm that severely affected his speech. It is important to note that Mr. Moore was no longer on the property and he was already walking down the sidewalk. And the refusal to answer any questions seems to irritate the officer, who feels that he is entitled to answers.
So what's up?
Can you tell me your name?
I don't answer questions.
All right, well, right now you can't leave me for that. Just hold on 1 second.
Why?
I will tell you in a second.
Hold on. Am I detained?
Yes, you are.
What reason? What am I
I
detained?
answered one question. So
What
if you
reason
answer
am I detained?
we can go back and forth now.
What
I answered the
reason
question
is I
without saying
detained?
I'm not going to answer a question.
Listen,
I asked you
you
one
work
question.
for me.
Well, I'm sorry. When I
You
got
work
out the
for
car,
me.
your immediate words were, I'm not answering questions. As I walked across the street, as I walked across the street, you said again, I'm not answering questions.
Okay.
So I got here.
Go
I
ahead.
asked you what your name
Go
was. You
ahead
said, I'm not answering questions.
Go
But
ahead with your investigation.
You asked me, were you detained? I said, yes, sir.
Okay.
You asked me why. I said, hold on. Which I'm still going to answer your question. No, you're not answering mine.
You have to answer it right away.
Unfortunately, the video doesn't capture the beginning, but once Mr. Moore determined that the encounter was not consensual, he begins to record. Now, the officer does a decent job recapping the events before Mr. Moore started recording, and it seems pretty clear that the officer seems, upset because his questions were not being answered.
We actually don't give you bill, but it's for the court arrest kind of give you. It's going to be who you said it was, but it's not the guy I was thinking about, but it was the guy that was at the Family Dollar because he's doing the same thing to me that he did earlier.
Am I free to go?
No, you're not.
Why? What am I?
So now, there's two questions I've answered for you, and you haven't answered any
What
for me.
am I detained for?
What am I detained for?
What am I detained for?
I'm going to answer the third question, but when I answer the
what
third question,
am I detained for?
The answer to the third question is going to require me to put these handcuffs on you.
Go ahead then.
Okay.
Go ahead. Please, go ahead.
Well, that would require you putting your phone down, so a lot would have to happen for me to do that.
What am I being detained for?
Well, you tell me why you're not answering my question.
Are you going to answer me again?
I've answered two. I've answered two of yours.
What am I being detained for?
That one is the third one.
I don't have to talk to you.
Yes, you do.
It seems that Officer Johnson doesn't believe that you have the right to remain silent, a fundamental right outlined in the Fifth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. Not only does Officer Johnson believe that detainees are required to answer his questions, but the very refusal to answer said questions is considered obstruction. Now, this isn't Nazi Germany or North Korea, so civil liberties are not to be infringed upon based on your personal feelings.
I refuse to talk to you.
Now I've answered the third question.
And
let me go ahead and explain.
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right.
Let me go ahead and explain the answer to my question that you asked me. Hey, when we're called to do an investigation, and whoever gave the information about us coming to do the investigation gets here, and I question what they presented to me, you are in an active investigation. Now, here's how that works. If you choose not to answer me, that's fair. That's obstruction. If I ask you another question, you still haven't answered, we're still under obstruction. You can't go because I'm doing an investigation about something that transpired. That's three. Now, I've answered three questions. Now we put six all together. Now, yes, you are detained. Absolutely. You are not free to go. We're at a tier 2.
Go ahead with the offense investigation.
All right, thank you. So the further investigation, we're just gonna sit tight till verification comes.
No problem.
Thank you. Thank you.
Supervisor Sergeant A. Battle arrives and seizes Mr. Moore to take him back to the location of the Family Dollar to have him criminally trespass. Now, during this process, 2 of Mr. Moore's phones were left on top of the police cruiser while en route to the Family Dollar. The phones fell and were left on the side of the road.
County Police
You
Department.
said
That is my supervisor, Sergeant A. Battle.
You should
Dougherty
have.
County Police Department. He is finna
You
to take
should
time
have
to confirm
continued that
my
when
actions.
you crossed it.
He's finna take time to confirm my actions for detaining you at a tier 2.
Okay. What's your name, sir?
I don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions, so I can explain to you. I'm Sergeant Battle. So you were just up into the Family Dollar right here with the store floor. So what's going to happen is he's going to detain you, and you're going to go back up here where you're going to be criminal trespass from the store. So at this moment, no, don't do that. We're not trying to arrest you. So what? You're not under arrest. You're just being detained at this time. Okay.
Mr. Moore was driven back to the location where he was originally seized and was released with the case number. It was then realized that 2 of the phones were still at the location and sustained damage to the screen and casing.
So I think what happened was, when he was going through your bag, he laid it right here on the grill.
Oh.
But we forgot to get him off the grill and just took the bag,
And so
because the most important thing was in the bag.
So you just.
So then when he pulled off, not remembering
Okay.
that we left him up here,
All right.
we turned around, they slid here and stayed.
All right. So
Again, it's important to note that Mr. Moore clearly left the property, so it's unsure why the officers detained, arrested, seized, and then transported Mr. Moore back to the property to issue a criminal trespass to releasing Mr. Moore back to where they found him. I mean, honestly, I've never seen such a situation, and it seems unlawful. But then again, we do have an officer that believes that the Fifth Amendment is obstruction. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one.